people are talking about you. People are talking about you guys because of the up-leveling that you are having. Because the growth that you are having in your life. Because this is the message that I have been. When I asked Spirit this morning, what is it you want me to talk about? What video do you want me to put out to those that are watching? I have committed through my own journey to be sharing my story, to be sharing my aspects, my healing, my growth, to be sharing the energy work that I do, to be bringing channeled messages, because I absolutely believe that we are in an era of healing. I absolutely believe that we are in a mass awakening. If you've crossed this post, you've had an awakening. I truly believe whether you know it or not, you've had an awakening. You have woken up to your life being different. You have woken up to the fact that you need different even if you haven't chosen different. You've woken up to the fact that what once made you happy is not making you happy no more. And those around you, they're seeing it. They're seeing your awakening. And the thing about an awakening is, when you go through it, it feels lonely. It feels isolating. It feels like you are detaching from everything that you thought was who you was, and nothing makes sense no more. And I feel that this is where you are. You wouldn't be crossing my post if it wasn't. Those of you that are crossing my post, that see my post, that are drawn to my post, I think like many other spiritual workers on here, you're doing it because the algorithm is responding to your energy. The algorithm is saying there is something in the message that you're needing to listen to that's going to help you grow, heal, or even have more awareness in your life. Yeah, they're talking about you. And I feel that you know this. I feel that right now in your life, you might be feeling judged. You might be feeling spoken about. Because guess what? When you up level, when you want different, when you grow, when you choose that you no longer align to the things that you align to, of course people are going to talk about you. Of course. They don't get you no more. They don't know who you are. One of the problems is you don't quite know who you are. And this is leading you to feel that isolation, to feel that disconnection to people. And actually, maybe it's leading you to want to hold on even more. It may be leading you to wanting to hold on to those old friendships even more, hold on to that job even more, hold on to the way your relationship was even more. And it's not saying you have to leave the relationship or friendships, but the dynamics are changing. And they know it. They feel it. People see it. They're seeing it in your life. You're awakening. You're here because you're awakening. You're here because there's something more for you. This curse that you feel is happening to you is a gift. It's a gift. I don't want to force you to have to see it as a gift, but I know from my own healing that what I felt was a curse, what I felt was holding me back, what I felt was taking me away from my friends, my job, what was taking me away from everything that I know in the matrix, was really leading me to an up level. It was leading me to understand who I was. It was leading me to realise that who I thought I was a ceiling limit. Who you think you are right now, you're holding yourself back because you're here for so much more. You wouldn't have crossed this post if you was not here for more. You're here to shine. You're here for a job that feels worth doing. A job that you do to earn money. Energetically, it's not aligned to you, because a job that you're doing for money is keeping you stuck. It's stopping you from reaching your potential. And if you don't work, because you're scared, because you feel that your children need you more, which maybe they do right now, but at some point you are here to give to the collective. Those of you that are watching have something here to give the collective, because the more that you give, the more that you receive. Because if there's something that I've learned about energy is you can't not share energy but accept energy back. Because every wall that you place up to stop your energy going means your energy is not being received from others. Other energy is not being received. And people believe to protect themselves they need to isolate themselves. They need to pull away. No. You need to align. You need to understand your energy. You need to understand that the energy investment that you use on others is more important, not protecting yourself from others. Yeah, the saddest thing is, when you start detaching from the matrix, when you start looking at life differently, people do talk about you. And it doesn't feel good. And actually, it will trigger you. It will lead you to feel less than. It will lead you to feel unheard, unsupported. But this trigger is part of your healing too. Because to stand in your authenticity, to stand in who you are, you have to learn to be disliked. There is a book that I read, The Courage to be Disliked. And this book stands out for me because it was such a simple book, yet so poignant. Even the title, The Courage to be Disliked. That was so poignant to me because I never felt, and you won't feel like you have the courage to be disliked. Why? Because you've been taught that being liked is how you feel good. You've been taught to be liked means you're a good person. You've been taught to be liked means you're going to be respected. People don't actually respect people they like unless they've been taught to respect that person. And the only way they learn to respect that person is because that person has taught that person what their respect levels are. When you're leaving what I call the matrix, the illusion or disillusion, when you're leaving the disillusion and you're actually questioning things, you will question where you belong. Because quite often when you're questioning things, you're questioning it alone. Your partner, your children, your friends and your family, they're not questioning it with you. And this will lead you to feel that isolation. And this will lead you to quite often go back to that comfortability. But what still happens is you don't feel connected. So for years or months, you fight on and you fight on and you fight on because your need to be liked and valued and loved and accepted is still outweighing the need to learn who you are. The need to learn and accept that what doesn't align to you has to be let go of. A quote, or I think it was a quote, I was saying that stuck with me for years, is the pain of holding on is far greater than the pain of letting go. And this is why when the people I work with in therapy or healing, what they're trying to do is they're trying to heal environments that are holding them back, environments that have wounded them, environments. And the trouble is, without them becoming aware that actually they don't have to always leave those environments, they just need to become aware that those environments are impacting them, that they're going to stay in pain. Because you cannot grow flowers amongst weeds. You can prune the weeds out, you can kill certain weeds and you can replant flowers, but you can't grow amongst weeds. And actually, part of your awakening, and I feel that this may be occurring with you because you wouldn't be here, you have to feel disconnected from everyone around you to learn who you are meant to reconnect with, to learn who you're meant to bond deeper with, and to learn who energetically is going to remain in your life. This does not mean you walk away from everybody. It just means that you reassess the relationships and connections so you can actually ask yourself, is the investment into that healthy? You are not here by coincidence, I promise you. You are here by divine order. You are here by, guess what? Everything you've been thinking and feeling, the spirit are wanting to channel it to you. They're wanting to say to you, this is your awakening. Awakenings can last years because people are so afraid to let go of what they know. But what you know isn't who you are. It's just what you've been taught. It's just what you've learned and seen from others. This monogamous life of showing up and doing a job you don't enjoy for money and going through the motions of how things should be, no wonder you don't feel like you have meaning. Because you have to create meaning in your life. And that meaning comes from, what do I feel that meaning is for me? I had to learn it with so many things. But Christmas, the meaning that we give to Christmas, when we live by the meaning that others give to Christmas, it doesn't connect to us. But when we create the meaning that our Christmas, that our moments matter, we learn to love things in a different way. And actually, I feel like that resonates with you. I feel like some of you may have had Christmases that you've had to learn to do differently because you were not enjoying them in the way that you were conditioned to believe Christmas had to be. And it's like, why are we talking about this in January? Because guess what? This is about life in general. Quite often we celebrate birthdays and we have experiences in a way that other people want to experience it with us, and we have no awareness or no clue to the way we want to experience it. And then when you go and you don't have no awareness to how you want to experience something, you lose the joy of that experience because it isn't yours, it's theirs. And then they lose part of the joy of the experience because they recognize that you are not connected to that experience, that actually you're doing it for the sake of it, or you're doing, and people feel that. People feel that in the connections and bondings. They feel people that do things for the sake of it, that feel that they have to. And it's not because you don't love those people, but it disconnects bondings because people want to bond in experiences. And some people are so used to calling the shots that yes, they may be angry when you start saying, no, I want something different. But when they get to see the enjoyment on your face or get to experience it with you, they will also learn the lesson of understanding why. Yes, doing what we want to do, but also what somebody else wants to do can create joy. And this may be for some of you. Maybe you're caught in only doing what you want to do because now your awakening has led you to shut down. It's led you to push away. It's led you to go, I just need to focus on me. That's one part of your awakening. The next part of your awakening is, Bob and Jana come out then. The next part of your done it again. The next part of your awakening is rebonding. Rebonding in a healthy way. Rebonding and learning deeper ways of connecting with people. Healthier ways of communicating. So many people, and I think this is some of you, get stuck at the first hurdle of the awakening and healing going, no, anything that doesn't serve me is not going to be in my life. Anything that doesn't align with me. But initially you have to cut. Initially you have to step away. Initially you have to reassess. And then you go, okay, the door is open. Because people who align to you don't necessarily have to be healing exactly the same as you, don't necessarily have to agree with you all the time, don't necessarily have to see what you mean by your healing. They just have to want to be committed to the journey with you. And that means that you also have to let expectations go of how they show up to that journey. As long as along the way you can try and show respect to each other and awareness to each other and communicate, that will help you grow. That is what the spiritual awakening is about. Spiritual awakening is about learning what aligns to you, yes, to let go of things, but also to bond deeper to things. Also to learn that actually connecting to people is a lot more than sub-level, making sure they're okay, spending time with them. It's about emotional connection. It's about forging vulnerabilities. Some of you may be doing this and some of you maybe not, but they're talking about you. I honestly... And I have to say that in the best possible way, because when you are being spoken about, it means something's changing. The biggest thing that I want to say to you is not to focus on the fact that people are talking about you. Focus on the fact that there's something for them to talk about. The fact that they can see that something's changing in you. The fact that they can see that growth is happening or waiting to happen. When we have to walk away or when we have to step back, people are going to believe or going to have the notion that we think we're better than them, or we're up our own arse, or who does she think, or who does they think or he think they are, or, you know, they're going to judge you because guess what? Until somebody's ready to do their own healing, they will judge somebody who is healing because it will trigger them. They will be triggered. Your light will trigger their darkness, just like in times your darkness has been triggered by other people's light. My darkness used to get triggered all the time. When I used to see happy people, go lucky people, thinking it's always happy. Look at them, fucking always smiling. What they got to smile about? And now I'm one of those people, and I get judged by the people that unfortunately I've had to walk away from because I don't want to be. Because when you up level, when you align to a different energy and a different paragram and a different state of being, that density, it no longer resonates with you. And people will talk about that. The places that you would hang out, you will no longer hang out. And you don't have to look your nose down at them because that is the choices they make. But you just know you don't align there no more. But they may look at you and will look at you and say, thinks they're better than everyone else. Don't focus on what they're saying. One of your healing parts is going to be learning that you're never going to please anybody. So trying to please people, the goalposts will always be moved, because you'll please them and then the next week you won't please them, and what made them happy one week won't make them happy the next week. And the truth is, you have to learn to make yourself happy while taking other people into consideration. But if that taking other people into consideration means you go against your needs of being validated, heard, supported, and understood, then that energy has to be cut. So yeah, they are talking about you. But I know myself, I would rather be spoken about in a light of judgment, because it means I'm actually changing. It means you're actually changing. It means you're actually growing. And honestly, if this message, let me know below. Do you feel this resonates with your life? Do you feel that actually this is what I felt all along? You just needed this confirmation. I love the fact that so many of us are putting away the cameras, putting away everything, and just coming back to the phone, just coming back to doing raw and honest messages. Because do you know what? For so long we've been connected to perfectionism and how we showed up, scared of judgment. But the biggest thing that is coming this year is authenticity. It's showing up. It's letting yourself be judged. I'm rambling now. But I'm hoping that this message is going to trigger something within you and let you know that you are on the right path and that you are being aligned in the way that you deserve to be aligned.